Hey YouTube, so I thought I'd make a video of my lab, kind of like a tour. So it's just basically in my garage because there's extra space. It's pretty messy, so don't judge. So here we have pretty much like I have a bio bin for say if I'm taking samples of solutions or scalpels, my vacuum pump, my scales, my filter papers. This is my glass disposal bin. I've broken a few round bottoms. There's a wire stand back there somewhere, and all my test tubes. And then up here is the actual work surface. I have my old drill press, and that's where I dry things. Like here's some iodine that's drying out. And then I have my ring stand, which is a little wobbly. I need to fix that. My wash bottle. Kind of just things that I made, like here's like paracetamol or acetaminophen. That was the first thing I ever did with chemistry. It was just kind of like a basic extraction. And here's some of my glassware. We have a thermometer, mortar and pestle, 2 volumetric flasks, 2 graduated cylinders, both 210s, just a 250 ml flat bottom boiling flask, 200 ml graduated cylinders, 125 ml Erlenmeyer, another sort of stand. I have a funnel, 2 250 ml beakers, 2 150 ml beakers, and one here is a little cracked. I need to order a new one. Here's my 600 ml. This is still stained with iodine. I don't know how to get iodine off of glassware because I can't make piranhas because I have no way of disposing of it. So if you know how to take iodine off of glassware, please let me know in the comments section. I have another 125 ml boiling flask back there. 250 ml or a 500 ml boiling flask. This is a little scary. It's a home-brewed 2-neck 125 ml flat bottom boiling flask. Well, one broke, so I used a little epoxy and rounded off the edges. It's pretty scary. Here's just another 125 ml boiling flask. My 500 ml separatory funnel, a 250 ml Erlenmeyer, another 250 ml Erlenmeyer. My vacuum funnel, a 2,000 ml round bottom. I used to have a 1,000 ml round bottom, but as you can see here, it fell off of my ring stand and the neck came off, so don't have one anymore. I may order one in the future, but I'm kind of tight on funds right now. Spent most of my money on most of my chemicals. Up here, I just have some old bottles. Here's some things that I've brewed up myself, like this scary fractionating column. It just pops right in the top of a flask, and yeah. Here's a kind of, sort of, a water condenser or a cooling jacket, just made out of some copper tubing. Wrapped around, I believe it was just like a metal or a wooden stick. This was for, oops, kind of clumsy. This was for distillation, I believe. I just bent it. That was pretty much it. Just a piece of latex tubing. Over here we have like tongs, test tube holders, beaker tongs, more tongs, and stir stick. I have an apron, my like garbage, and my chemical storage, or like my chemical garbage, or waste bin. Over here, if I move some of the stuff out of the way, I have I actually have a lot of gloves. I have my full face mask. You probably can't see it very well. I have a pair of gloves with like a sheath on them so it doesn't get your arms. Another old respirator. like 4 boxes of gloves, and then my nitrile ones, and a pair of safety goggles. Found out that my other lab gloves were powdered, and that reacted. I have like irritants, like this is a plasticizer that I use for like plasticizing things. Some homebrewed firecrackers. They're pretty scary. I couldn't really classify this as anything else, so I just put it as irritant because it could irritate your eyes. These are some basic chemicals. There's some copper sulfate, so some other things, some baking soda. Here's storage bottles. So I have just like old like distilled water, whatever was in this. Cutting oil bottle. Some more little bottles. I have some amber glass. Well, lots of vials. Like I have really small ones too. Then I have oxidizers, so things like ammonium nitrate, hydrogen peroxide, more ammonium nitrate, flash powder, gunpowder, potassium chlorate, iodine. Bases, I just have one, and I believe that's calcium hydroxide. Flammables, I don't really have too many. I've started a few fires in the past. I have some sulfur, a little indicator, and some diesel. And some basic storage, like I think that's actually my climbing gear back there. Some ping pong balls for the nitrocellulose. Yeah, I think that concludes it. Thank you, and please subscribe.